at the Hard Rock Hotel New York with the Band Camino. We are celebrating the album, the single, everything. You guys feeling good?
Feeling great, man.
Feeling alive.
Good. So I love the song See You Later. I love the music video. It's great. I have a confession, though. When I was prepping for this interview, I spent way too much time looking up the origin of the word conversate, which is in the song, because I grew up converse, and if you say conversate, it's like, no, you're an idiot. But I think it's a real word. I think you guys are right.
I always I grew up with conversate.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay.
My mom she also had a little funny little slapback on somebody's Instagram page about it.
Yes.
It totally is a word for sure.
But you guys are right. Like I don't know how to use it in a sentence or any of but like I think it is a legit word. So my bad.
Well, this is fascinating to me because I've never even thought about it. I just think it just sounded good in the song. Like,
I was judging you guys.
Thank you for trusting me.
A lot of syllables, you know.
Yeah. So I love
nice.
I love your fashion in the video. I love the whole vibe of the video, but your fashion in general too. Was that always something you guys were aware of, and where do you draw the inspiration from?
I mean, we definitely try to wear like fun different stuff in music videos. We had a stylist for this video that we met with, and we tried on like tons of different stuff, and just we were definitely kind of going with like a zany kind of like eclectic look for the video. Just we had pictures of the location that we were shooting at, so we were trying to match if you obviously saw the video, the house was crazy, so we kind of try to tap into that.
Yeah. And do you guys what, do you thrift together, or what's the deal? You were just in Brooklyn. I mean, there's some good thrifting out there.
We should thrift together. We definitely do on tour all the time.
Cool. I love it.
Buy a lot of clothes on tour.
Definitely.
And we were talking a little bit about this before we cut on the cameras, but you guys, the band kind of originated in Memphis, and now you're residing in Nashville. Out of all the places in the country, how did you know like Nashville was where you belonged?
It's close to home. It's a fast-growing city, and our manager's from there, and we met him while we were still living in Memphis, and we ended up getting up there and finding a good songwriting group or community, and just kind of made sense, felt right.
Yeah, we kind of just fell into it. It wasn't like we were choosing between a lot of places. It was just like, all right, we're here, and we kind of have the opportunity to move to a new place, so let's do it.
Yeah. How much does like where you reside find its way into the music?
Probably a lot more than we even can tell, but I think it has a lot to do with just our community and the people that we are surrounded with, you know. But because I think we're kind of a testament to our whole circle in Nashville, and our team and our group of friends and our group of like, you know, people that we write with and work with.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
because I know you listen
strong.
to like Chili Peppers, right? And obviously it screams California. I mean, it's synonymous with California,
right?
But do you guys get any of that sense? Like you feel like you're absorbing Nashville and it comes through in different ways?
Definitely so. I think so. Like we just kind of like we're around. Like, obviously, Nashville is, you know, predominantly country.
Yeah.
So I think we've kind of picked up some of those habits as far as like the way the songwriting culture is in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely bleeds into the music.
Yeah. So when you guys are not touring, recording together, are you like, get away from me? I need I need my space, or are you hanging out together all the time, or what's it look like when you do have those off days?
I feel like we're all pretty good at like, okay, if you need space, we give each other space, but we also enjoy hanging out together, believe it or not.
We do actually like each other. We
like each other. So we're pretty good at reading the room. It's like, oh, okay, I should get out of here, you know, and then we can give each other space, but we also enjoy just hanging out, going to the lake. Spencer giving us tattoos with his tattoo gun.
Like, you know,
what?
Dude, we'll
Oh yeah.
Shut up. Oh my gosh. And where are the other ones?
I gave myself some on my hand, which is
Okay.
super irresponsible, but whatever.
Yeah. Did you start with like a pumpkin or something? Don't you? No, straight
No.
to skin.
They definitely told me to do that, and I was like,
The first thing he ever tattooed was this right here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it tattoo.
That
He just
is
went straight
awesome.
on, and it
Yeah, it worked out. That's definitely my favorite one I've given, I think.
Dude, this is wild to me because I feel like, you know, there are things that are sacred, like a barber and a tattoo artist. Like when you find a good one, it's like no one else is touching my head or my body.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's crazy. You guys are you are trusting him with your life.
I
we're
appreciate that,
taking
dude.
chances,
Yeah.
high risk, medium reward.
I don't remember
If
what.
that's not just
Pretty
my
good
life right
tattoo.
there.
I have no idea what we were talking about, so let's switch gears. I wanted to get your take on this. Billboard just came out with an article recently, and the title was something along the lines of pop stars are popping up less and labels are having a harder time crafting superstars. I wanted to see if you guys felt like that was true, and if so, why?
I can see what they mean about there not being as many superstars anymore because it's so saturated. There's
Yeah.
so many people, and with the TikTok and the internet and there's just a lot. There's a lot now.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find super identifiable just people like that because there's just so many.
Yeah.
I can see why they would.
There can be
feel that
so
way
many. A
somewhere.
person that's so famous, or someone that's so famous to some people that like someone else might have never heard of. Because like I think back in the day, it was like, oh, if there's one celebrity that's well known, it's like everybody knows them.
Right.
And now there's like pockets of, it's less common to have like a household name type celebrity.
You're
Yeah.
right, dude. It depends on where you're at, like what platform you're on. It's all relative. That's true.
And I also think we think about it with like bands and stuff a lot because it definitely is even harder to become like breakthrough as a household name as like a superstar, and then I think it makes it even harder to do that as a band. Sometimes it feels like there's not a lot of bands breaking through.
Yeah. And it's got to be like kind of daunting to you guys. Just there's probably that sense of like, oh, we got to be on all these platforms just to be on these platforms. And, if your heart's not in it, you're not necessarily pushing out the proper content on the platform or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Drop.
Yeah.
What artists did you guys grow up on? Who were the big ones that you guys were listening to?
It's eclectic, man. We all listen to very different stuff, I think, growing up. I listened to, my brother's 10 and a half years older than me, so I listened to a lot of like late 90s
Cool.
stuff, just like kind of all over the place, like anything from, I always say, The Offspring and like Goo Goo Dolls to like 50 Cent and
Yeah.
Outkast and all that stuff. It was just a very diverse time for music, and when he was picking me up from elementary school, he kind of would play everything all over the board, so.
Cool.
I think we kind of like share though a lot of like bands. Like we like think about bands
for
that
sure.
that inspired us, that have brought us together because our music taste is all over the board. But
Right.
bands that have been able to like break through, to like worldwide stardom and sound like them and sound like a band. Like the Killers, Coldplay, Kings of Leon, that kind of stuff. I feel like definitely speaks to us and is like it would be sick to do this.
Yeah. Totally. And like you said, I mean, I feel like some of them are very genre bending, but still stay true to their sound.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
With some of those bands you mentioned, when they were starting out early on, there was still like a mystique around them, I would say. You didn't necessarily, like Coldplay when they first started out, you didn't necessarily have 24/7 access to them through some of these platforms. Did you like the mystique better? Did you like having to wait until an MTV moment or an album dropping where you get to read the thank yous to find out more about
Definitely.
them?
I think it definitely like that plays into I feel like a little bit of like the dying age of superstars because there's so much mystery, like when you in between seeing them in a video or seeing them in an interview, you're like, what do they look like? What are they doing? You don't just have access to them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely playing into, just everybody being so much more accessible these days.
Absolutely. Before we wrap, a couple questions about the album. Personal favorite song for each one of you?
It changes every day,
Yeah,
I feel
it
like.
does. Right now, mine's Save My Life.
Okay.
That one's exciting to me.
Mm.
I don't know.
It's exciting
It's
to
just
you?
exciting.
Why?
It's good. It's good. That's it.
Why not?
It's so
Yeah.
exciting.
Love
It's,
it.
it's good.
I'm gonna say Same Page, just because it makes me feel things. It feels like wide open. I'm excited to play it
Cool.
from the heart.
Yeah, like I said, it depends on the day, but I will always have a special place in my heart for See You Later, just because of where we wrote it on the road, like in the bus with a bunch of our friends, and it started off as like wouldn't this be kind of funny if we did a song that was like that went like this.
Yeah.
And we just started throwing around melodies, and we were like, wait, this is actually, we might actually have to write this song now.
It's actually really good.
It's actually pretty good. So I'll say See You Later.
Is there a song off the album that is hard to play live for whatever the reason?
Garrison?
All of them. Garrison went off.
Some of them are harder than others. Honestly, it's for me, it's either 3 Month Hangover or Same Page, because there's just some like weird stuff like, why did we do it that way? But we did. You have to play it now. So it's like, I love that. The challenge is great. Everybody loves it.
Told You So might be for me. I'm not like that's like the heaviest song we've ever made. I'm not like I've never like, I think you grew up more on like riffs and stuff, and like a lot of like our friends and stuff like have showed me like heavier music as I've gotten older, but I never grew up on like, I was never a rocker.
Yeah.
So like just like kind of writing a song like that and like putting out a song like that, I don't know, it definitely was like, oh, I gotta play these riffs.
Right.
I gotta rock.
Yeah. Cool.
So, you know.
I don't know. They're all kind of like, I feel like I do the same thing in every song and just in a different way. So they're all kind of hard. I'm glad we like challenged ourselves on this record a little bit. I'm gonna say Afraid of the Dark, because it's like really, there's just like a lot of rhythms happening, and I can't ever really, while I'm singing, can't really choose which one I'm supposed to be playing. So
Gotcha.
you might be hearing some
alternating
jazz
rhythm. It's
on
great.
Night to Night. You know?
Yeah. Cool. And lastly, is there a great song that did not make the album for whatever the reason?
I think there's a couple probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Just holding on to it, or
well, we're talking about, like, we always talk about doing a deluxe, and then things get busy. So we're hoping that we'll end up, doing a deluxe record if we have the time after tour. Who knows? But there's like, obviously we write songs for like a year before we go into album mode. So there's so many songs, and then some we forget about. Like some, who knows? There might be like songs we just completely forgot about.
I guarantee you there are.
Save My Life on the record is one that we almost didn't cut because we just like Spencer forgot about.
I literally forgot that.
Can I tell you what you're saying drives fans crazy? Like seriously, as a fan, we're like, how do you stop forgetting great songs? Give that to us. So try to do some digging.
We're so scatterbrained. We're musicians. Luckily, we have like a great team, great manager to keep us organized. But we're like the most like, oh yeah, like I might have written the best song of my life, but I forgot about it. Like
it's because you guys are artistic. You can't have it all, right? The Band Camino. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on everything, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us.